I missed my button. I'm sorry, I missed the button. Do I have any audio? Do I have audio? Oh, good, I have audio. Yikes. Sorry about that, fellas. How's it going? Happy Easter. Thanks for being here. Um, the Stream Deck software updated a while back, and the button didn't do what I thought it was going to do right when I thought it was going to do it. But that's okay. We got through it. We made it. How's it going, everybody? Happy Easter. Hope it's all right that we're streaming today. I know everybody's probably, or not everybody maybe, but some of you probably have things you need to get to and family that wants your attention. I certainly do, but I don't get to stream often enough, it feels like, anymore, or lately. So here we are. Got to be here, and glad to be here. Mr. Fixer, let's see who. Craig was first. Craig, and then Nick was almost there. Mr. Fixer's almost there. How's it going, guys? Father Time. I dream about my bug all the time. I do. We've been working hard on Dawson's car, though, getting that going. So been a while since you caught a stream, Craig. Well, I'm glad you're here. I got some fun stuff I want to talk about today. In the car driving, so we'll catch up later. No problem, Tony. Thanks for being here. So first, start off, always, thanks PCBWay for being their sponsor. If you need anything, PCBs, 3D printing, what else they do? CNC routing, metal fabrication stuff. A good friend of mine's working on a project. He's making some kind of a mount for a tablet, actually smart home console kind of a thing, or a kiosk. And he's been using PCBWay for some of his prototype stuff and is very happy with it. So that's great. I love to hear those kinds of firsthand feedback. So if you guys use PCBWay and you have a good experience or not, whatever, let me know so we can kind of pass it along, get the word out. Anyways, thank you, PCBWay. Great sponsor, been wonderful and helpful to me. So help them. There's a link. Oh, is there not a link? There's not a coupon anymore, but there's just a link for their website in the description, as always. All right. Now, how is everybody doing? Let's see. Car driving. Happy Easter. Okay. So a couple things to talk about today. So in the title of the video, what you see is a neon sign or neon rope thing, right? And if you are watching YouTube stuff, hey Vanessa, Hook Up Rob just put out a video about all these different flexible LED strips to like make it look like neon lights. And it just came out. I think his video just came out like this week, just a few days ago, I think. And I had already ordered this stuff from AliExpress, so it was very timely. It was perfect. The stuff that I ordered is, I just ordered 2 different kinds of empty flexible diffusers, and there's a link actually for them in the description as well. I got them from this company here. There's a bunch of companies on here that make them. I'm sure they probably all make them at the same factory, but this is the stuff. They have lots of different shapes. I got 2. Which ones did I get? I think one of them was the thin one like this, I think, and then one of them was a big one, maybe this one. Can't remember for sure. Maybe it was one like this, so that that's all rubber. So, anyways, I've wanted to make a sign for our Hobbit house to put out on the road, and I want it to be lit up. I don't know if this is going to be the solution, but it seemed like a great excuse for playing with some of this stuff. So I've got these strips of diffuser stuff here. So we'll put some LEDs in those and turn them on and see how they look. That should be fun. And then I wanted to go through the latest Home Assistant, mostly because I know that they're going to do some announcements this month. Hi, baby. You have like chocolate on your face. I do. I know they're going to do some announcements this month, and I want to see if they go ahead and announce all the things in here that see if what we can talk about and what we still have to wait to reveal, because there's some fun stuff coming. Thank you, baby. And of course it's springtime, so forgive my washed out whiteness, but I cannot help having the window open right here by my desk because it's beautiful. Birds are singing, the grass is green, the snow is melted, the sun is out. Happy spring, everybody. Welcome to springtime. Finally, wherever you are, that you are having springtime as well. Okay, so let's jump right in. Let's go look at some of this diffuser thing. Oh, one more thing I forgot that I wanted to mention. I owe some people. um, so I put I should put a link in the description. Overture. There's lots of different filament companies, right? So Overture is one that makes some really cool filaments that I use a lot, and they've provided me with some too. Little Rabbit Foo Foo. So Overture, I put the link in some of the socials, Discord and Facebook and stuff. You guys probably saw them. I'm going to put a link here in this. All right, so Good Enough's here. So Overture's having this event. They are saying, I don't know what they're going to give away, some filament, and you submit some contest stuff or whatever, and I think they got some sales going on. So I like their filament. I really like, oh, you can't see it because it's green. That's okay. We'll have to put it on the desk. Here, let's get this desk one going. Yeah, there it goes. So this filament is super cool. It's, gosh, why is it all backwards? Like, it's super cool. Ah, man, it just doesn't show up quite so great in this because the lighting is so bright. But it's, I printed out this little dragon egg. Since it's Easter, it was an egg, but you can, this green, I just love this green. And a bunch of the projects that we're doing with the overdoers, so me and my friend John, that is the engineer, that are doing, what did we do? We did the foot thing where you break in your shoes off the treadmill, and we're doing a whole room size claw machine right now. And this is our color. This is the color that we use for the stuff that we 3D print. This and black, just to make everything look the same and look good. But anyways, this is a really cool green color that I really like. So anyways, if you're looking for good filament, Overture is great. Very happy with them. Okay, enough of that. Back to this. All right. Overture, there it is. Okay, so I've got here, I guess I could leave that camera on. Let's look back to this camera again. So I've got here two kinds of this stuff. One of them here is like super fat and flexible. It's really fat. It's got a string in it. I guess that string is there to pull the stuff through. Let me see if I can adjust my camera a little bit. I guess we're gonna have to pull the strip of LEDs through there. Might be a little bit crazy, but we're gonna give it a go. Fix this a little bit here. This one I'm most excited about. I think this one will really look really cool. I don't know if it's gonna work out. I wanted to, use this to bend into some shapes to make a automatic exposure. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's better. Much better. And oh gosh, no. Oh gosh, no. Okay. There we go. Good enough. There. Okay, great. All right. So it's got a string down the middle of it, and the LED strip fits at the bottom there. I'm kind of surprised about this string and how we're going to try and pull that through, but I got 5 meters of this stuff. It's massive. Oh, and you guys have all probably seen you've seen the Hobbit-House logo, right? If you've seen the Hobbit-House logo, I was hoping to use some of this kind of stuff to maybe make a sign that's the shape of the logo. So there's that kind, and then I got this other one. This one is smaller. And this one, the LED strip goes in a different direction. So on this one, the strip is going to be facing up, right? You can kind of see where it's dented in a little bit there, where it's got the ridges. So the LED strip is going to go in this, there. Great. So it's going to sit in there and it's going to shoot up. The light's going to shoot up and diffuse. This one, the LED strip goes on the side. Actually goes over, so you can kind of see. So the LED strip is actually going to be facing this side, which is opaque. And this part is the translucent part. Talking internet person. Hello, John. So this makes a very thin shape, and it flexes in a different direction. So that might be kind of cool to look at too. All right, so let's just see what you got to do to put some LEDs in this stuff. I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little scared. No instructions, of course. I guess with that string, I just don't know what to do with that string. But what we're going to do is, I got here a strip of, these are 2812s, I believe. Oh, those have a silicone wrapping on them. I'm not going to be able to use these. What did I say, 2812s? Yeah, these are 2812s. Can't read without my... Why not buy one where the strip is already in the plastic? Because I'm super cheap, Yona. Super cheap, my man. Super, super cheap. So that one, it's got this... I'm going to have to grab something else. Let me grab some more. Hold on. Fortunately, there is no lack of LEDs around my house. Where did I order these? I ordered them from AliExpress. There's a link in the description too for the ones I ordered, or for the this is the company, and I just ordered. They have a bunch of different kinds, so I just picked a couple that I thought looked good. But there's probably 10 different companies on AliExpress that sell the same kind of thing, and I would bet that they're all the same, or very, very similar to the same. All right, so let's see what we got here. We got little bits of LED strip here. This is gonna take some soldering because this looks like I cut it off the end of something else. And these are a little more spread out, but that's gonna be okay. All right, we're gonna just have to solder something on the end there. Yep. See what we got here. You guys get to watch me solder on an LED strip. All right, let's see. Single pixel. Hit that freaking like button. Oh yeah, we already did the subscribe one. Let's do this one. Don't solder it until you pull it through. Good point. Good point. Oh my gosh, they're good enough. Thank goodness you're here. So here's the other trick though, is like, do I want to cut this stuff? I don't know where I want to cut it. It's 5 meters long. If I don't have a whole 5 meters of LED strip, well, I know what we'll do. We'll cut this off. We don't need that, right? Okay, we're going to cut that off at the end here. So anybody used this stuff? What do you guys know about these kinds of diffusers? I've looked at them for a long time. I've wanted to play with them, but I haven't had the chance yet. Now that I'm going to get a chance to, I'm kind of excited. All right, let's see. So now I had to clip that off probably to get it through there. This is the data outside. So we're going to put this in. I wonder if you really even need that string. Do you think you need that string? I'm not sure you do. I think you just feed it in. Yeah, you just feed it in there. It's going to take a bit. Cut it from the output side. Yeah, the reason I need to solder on this one, guys, is because this strip that I just grabbed I've already cut it once. So this is going to take a minute to push all this through. Tape the string to the strip and pull it through. Do you think the string will hold it? I'm afraid the string won't hold it, but I guess I could try that. I'm afraid that string won't hold this. What if do you think it would work to use the tape that comes on the strip? Use the string, huh? Well, all right. If you guys say so. All right, we got that part. Get a little extra tape here. Ooh, loop it around to capture one of the LEDs. So that we're kind of anchored on one of those. Jeff Hammer says. We could do what Jeff Hammer says. All right, we'll do it that way, like that. And then we're going to put a piece of tape over. I'm afraid if we make this too thick, that it will have a hard time getting through that little narrow edge. But there we go, okay? I don't want to cut it because I don't know what I want to do with it yet. Oh my gosh, just pulling this string through is hard. It's so flipping long. Oh, God. Oh, that is not any easier than what I was doing a minute ago. The string is this string is not without resistance. Oh, no way. I hate to cut it and then be in the wrong place. Need to cut at least the length of the strip. Straighten it out. Okay. I'm afraid I'm just going to break it. Okay, it's all the way back in the corner of my office now. And I'm just going to pull on this thing, see. Looks like a snake eating it. Ugh. This is lame. It's not working. And it took hours. Okay. Exactly how I thought the process would go. I have 2 sets of them, but I haven't played with it yet. I was pretty far in already when I was just pushing it in. I'm just going to push it in. Yeah, and then the string just pops out once you... All right. This is painful. We didn't realize this was painful. Dielectric grease or something to lube it up. Ooh, I could probably lube it up. Turns out I do have exactly that. Dielectric grease. That is painful. Tell you what, we're going to have to cut this. Have I tested the strips first? Oh, Derek, you genius. You are... That is pretty funny. No, I had not tested the strips first. What if I put them in and they don't work, right? Wouldn't that suck? Derek, good call. Okay, we better test them first. Okay, so to test them, we are going to use a Dig-Octa. That makes a lot of sense. Dig-Octa power supply. Oh, interesting. I'm surprised that's the one it uses. All right, Dig-Octa. And then this. And then we're just gonna attack this thing with some jumpers. I'm just gonna take some jumpers like that. That'll work. We're gonna say, I'm just gonna put this on here. Hopefully that'll work. And we're just gonna stab this. Jumped out of my hand. I don't think they're on here very good. Yeah, that's the problem. It's not on here very good. All right, I'm gonna get this on there better. Just go one at a time. And then purple for data. And then this for ground. Okay, now we're just gonna stab this. Oop, backwards. Yeah, it might never work again now. There's better ways to do this. Kind of surprised nothing's coming on here. There we go. Okay. We're on. Okay, they work. All the way to the end. Yay. Great. Okay, that's that. Now we can put them in. So maybe what I'll do, since I have this one strip here, just for testing purposes, we're going to cut this strip in half. And then we will cut a little bit of the, we'll cut a little bit of the diffuser, just enough to fit in this much of each of these. Okay. So let's cut the diffuser. I'm just going to do it. I was trying to avoid it, thought maybe I didn't want to cut the diffuser, but maybe I should just go ahead and cut the diffuser. So we're just going to cut this, the length of this strip, about when Quindor did it and it took hours, how much of a strip did he put in there? Did he put 5 whole meters in? I'm hoping that this looks really cool when we're done. Okay, we're going to cut it about there. Should just cut. I wonder how well it cuts just with scissors. What do you guys think? Oh yeah, it's easy to cut. Great. That's great. It's like fishing electrical wire through a PVC pipe. Little lube to get it started. Okay, we are totally gonna lube it. Okay. All right. I doubt you really need dielectric grease, but whatever. We're going to use this. Oh. My camera got knocked out? It's a bummer. Camera got knocked out. Bummer. Let's see if we can redo this. I wonder if this is even going to be able to incline lubricant. Is that what it said on there? There we go. We're back in business. We are going to, again, turn down the exposure a bit. Focus. Okay. All right. Back in business. Okay. We're going to push through the I guess maybe with this we could try the rope again, huh? Try taping that on there again. Oh man. Whose idea was the lubricant? Because that is the thing. Wow, that made all the difference in the world. I don't even need the string. And this is with me having it bent. Let me straighten it. It might go in even easier. Oh yeah. Okay, well there you go, guys. Lubrication. That's the way to go. I think this, because these aren't as good. Me, smart guy with the pretty, not the pretty face. Because these LEDs are not as dense, they're not like right up next to each other, it's not going to be quite as pretty as it could be. But that's okay. If you don't use the string, doesn't it just ball up? So Jeff, there's a really good groove in this, and I don't think it could ball up. The LED strip stays right in that groove. So far, I think it's okay. Don't think we're. I wish I could get in there and add some more lube at this point, because now it's a little bit harder again, but we can get it. We got a couple feet left. Ah. I'm afraid I'm going to break it. Another shot of grease, you think? Maybe. I guess, what's it going to hurt? I think it's because of the grease up at the front, like, because there's no grease up at the front, but maybe it'd work just as well to have it here. Now I'm going to touch it with my fingers and get my fingers all greasy. Need a napkin. Or a sock. No. Oh, it's done. It's not going in anymore. Now I wish I had the string. Oh, man. Dang it. Guess I can pull it back and try. Okay, we're going to undo all of our progress. Try it again. See, for a while it goes so good. Pull it out, re-grease, try it, yeah. Silicone spray, that's probably a good idea too. Well, we are learning an important lesson here, and that is you got to lubricate this thing. After a while. After a while, see, it feels like the lubricant is losing its effectiveness. I wonder if I used something else. Let's try. Try some like this, something that I can hold on to. Man, this is really hard. Realize you don't have to now, but Klein foam wire pulling lubricant comes with a hose. It's compatible with electrical installations. It dries. Ooh, that's a good idea. The string is the problem. It's blocking it. You think so? Now the string is pretty much gone. Let's try it. I only have the string at one end now. Oh yeah, the string is blocking it. How did you see that, Vanessa? How did you see that? Resin Chemtech, he uses the string to pull the LEDs through. Well, isn't that a thing? Okay. We're going to lubricate some more. Lube, lube, lube. Lube, lube, lube. We're going to lube. And then after a very short period of time, we're going to lube again. As soon as it starts getting just a little resistance even, I'm going to squirt some more lube. Okay, so there's a little resistance there. So we're going to re-lube again. We're going to try and get some lube right in there. Right in there. I did not think this was going to be this much of a problem. Try to find a kid. Push. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, the string's gone now. Unfortunately. I think these flat. This is helpful. Okay, we're going to do some more. Hold on. You lost a string inside? There's no way a vacuum is going to be strong enough. I can just tell you by how much, like what this feels like. I cannot imagine a vacuum doing the trick. You know, like when you're blowing a, just trying to get a wire or a string through a conduit. This stuff is too sticky. Nope. We're done. Again. It's as far as we can get. Get to a point now where the LED strip is so gooey. Oh, you mean, oh, just to put the string through again. Oh, you know what else might do it? Oh, I got another idea. What if we, gosh, that hadn't gone through very far. What if we pull off the sticky thing on the back and we make this thinner? So not only do we pull off not just this part, right? Not just to get the sticky, but we pull off the sticky. Yes. Aha. Okay, so I'm pulling off not just the cover, but I'm pulling off the sticky part. That might make it thin enough to make a difference. It's also pulling some copper with it, but I guess that's okay. Ooh, use solder instead of the string. Oh, that's a unique idea. Oh man, that one doesn't want to come off right there. Okay. All right. Okay. So it's now a thinner strip. Feels noticeably thinner. Try again. See if it's the same spot where we're getting stuck. That's a good idea. I think if you had more LEDs, it would actually maybe be better, because it seems like the part where the LEDs go in, where the LEDs are, is a little bit better for getting a hold of it and getting it in there. Oh man, such a freaking mess. Jeez, this is not what I anticipated. What else are you guys working on while I'm floating around with this? Tape the foam down flat so it's not pushing around the corners. It's going kind of straight off the desk for what that's worth. Ugh, I can't touch this stuff. All over my fingers now. These LEDs were working when we started this. They may not be working when we're done. They're manhandling this strip like this. Well, this is good to know. So Yona said, why not just buy them that are already in the strip? And I said, because I'm cheap. And then I'm going to spend 2 hours trying to get 1 meter of this stuff put in here. Oh, and there's it. It's stuck again. I'm not even getting as far as I was getting initially. It's going less far than it was at first. Wow. This is a pain in the butt. Hold on. All right. Paper towels for my fingers. I lost the stiffness on the strip. What a pain in the butt this is. Well, this is what I'm here for, guys, to tell you what a pain it is. I would have sliced it open, put the sim, glued it back shut. Well, you're probably right. It's probably the thing to do. I'm going to put this one off to the side now because I'm significantly frustrated with it. Oh, what a pain that is. That just sucks. Golly. Okay, let's try this other one. We're going to try this other one now instead. Golly. Okay. This one, try the same thing. Right about there. without cutting the string. Well, once you cut a little bit, it just kind of tears. That's nice. All right, you over there. All right. Okay. Now, this one, this kind of diffuser, the strip goes in the side. It's also going to need, and it's going to need to be lubed again. Okay, we're going to try this. We're going to use the tape that's on the back of this. We're going to lay that on there. And then we're going to go around this first LED. Back in there, and then we're going to put that down. Then we're going to put a piece of this, which is quite strong, around here. All right. Now, clearly didn't watch Quindor's live stream about this. He never bought this one again. I did not watch his live stream about this, but now I'm sure wishing I had. Okay. Okay, we're going to lube this up a bit. I sat here and flashed some CineLink 5-volt USB switches. Thought I had difficulty with the small flashing contact pads. Not fishing LEDs. All right. I'm going to pull with the string here. Now we want this thing to go in. Okay. Make sure we got lots of lubrication. So much lube I can't even see. Okay. It's in. The string just adds so much. Quindor, I should have asked him before I did this. Ah, man, I can't even get this to move. It won't even move. It's like the string itself is getting stuck. Oh, and then the tape came off. Oh, that's not going to be good. Now that tape is stuck in there. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, once that tape gets a little lube on it, it becomes worthless. See, that doesn't even feel like it's very... Having that string go through there is so... What a pain in the butt. Solder on a thin wires to fish the string. The bend makes it hard. No, but it doesn't even matter. Like, just even getting this to go in here with the string attached to the strip, even just getting it through that right there is really freaking hard. I can't. So I tried to go around the first LED, and I can't. It's just no good. Having that go around that LED is not doing the thing. Yeah, there's no way this is going to work. No way, Jose. How do you suppose they do this on the ones that they sell that it's already through? Do you think they build them in there? I have a hammer. Will it work with Home Assistant? I mean, laying it flat is it's not enough. Oh, and then the string came off, and now I pulled the string through. Well, I'm done, boys and girls. I'm done. We're going to do something else now, because that's ridiculous. That is absolutely horrible. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. No, Yona, I don't think it is. I don't think it is worth it. I think you're totally right. I'm very disappointed. It's very unfortunate. I still want to make my neon sign somehow. But yeah, not like that. That did not look fun. Nope. My hand really hurts too. Dang it. All right, well, good luck. Good luck if you buy these. Good luck. I don't know if there's any differences or if there's any other things you can do to make it better to feed it through. I will play with it some more on my own time. I know some of these look like they're supposed to have bigger strips in them. Maybe if you had one that had a bigger strip in it, or one that had a bigger slot in it like that, that would help. Quinder didn't give up. He got help. Who did he get help from? Somebody come and pull on it for him? Okay, well, let's move on, shall we? You know what, Yona, I'm not sure if there's a way to get the strip in there that is better than what I was just trying to do. I'm not going to say that there's no use for those, because I really want them to work. But man, that was painful. That was so painful. Got my strips in Thursday. Used a good shot of WD-40, blew out with air compressor, then string freed up, tied on the lights, lubed the beginning, and pulled it through. So you just did it, Les. Okay. So there it is. Squirt some WD-40 in there. How long, Les? How long of a strip did you use? Did you have shorter lengths? It's easier when somebody pulls the ropes. Laying it super flat on the ground so the string has a little as possible friction. Then pull and push. You know, you could get the same effect if they would make the channel opening just a little bigger. Give us something. Make the channel opening a little bigger. And maybe make it so that, make it a wire instead of a string, so you could solder it on to the front and pull them through. You have a week until the next string to succeed. I will probably try again, because it's going to sit bad. It's going to sit badly with me that I failed at that so terribly. So terribly. So let's move on to something else, shall we? How is Home Assistant going for everybody? Everybody loving their Home Assistant? If you look up here above my head, you'll see that we are just cranking the solar up there at the Hobbit house. We're cranking it so much. This is what it does. When the battery's really full, it stops taking in charge. So right now I've got the geothermal on. I've got the water heater on. The water's all full. The geothermal's still working a bit, still trying to get it up there to a certain temperature, but it won't work for very much longer. It's plenty warm in the house. It's just great. And we got extra solar to give. Couple things. It's good to fail. You learn the loads in the process. That's the truth. Right now, I learned that I need some ibuprofen for my forearms. Throw it away while you're still ahead. Home assisting is good. How's everybody's home assistant stuff doing? What are you guys working on for home assistant? I have a good friend who has just decided he's going to start using home assistant after I've been trying to tell him for 5 or 6 years that he should do it. Excuse me. He's just going to start doing it finally. And I'm so excited. And one thing, let's start talking about hardware. What do you guys recommend? So I assume most of you that are watching are using Home Assistant probably. And you probably have friends who don't. Now, Hibbert, it's not Paul. Paul's going to say, use Habitat. I didn't watch that last video, but I could already hear him saying what he was going to say. And that's okay. 2 Aquara hubs. Trying to add 2 hubs. Oh boy. Oh man, these things are all groovy. What do you tell your friends about what they should use? Got a new bungalow. Shall I go solar on this? Yes, Alan. Solar is not so hard. Solar and batteries is not so hard. But you gotta learn it. I did anyways. And I'm so glad that I did. Because now it's not bad. It's not bad. And I love it. It's working. It's working great. I'm very happy with it. Main function of Home Assistant for me is to inform me that the washing machine has started and finished working. That's good. Ooh, Minutsu, you're designing a PCB for what? Home Assistant is still trying to prove itself. It's always been finicky. Habitat isn't any better. So I've been, my Home Assistant has been pretty solid, but it's hard to know because once you've used it so much, you know how to fix it so easily. Jan is using OpenHab. Cool. That's one I haven't heard in a while, but yeah, it was a popular one. I worry about what do we tell people to use for hardware? I know somebody said Proxmox and a PCB or a PCB, sorry, a single board, like a NUC, right? Working on 2 versions of LED staircase lighting. One with MOSFETs and one with WS2812. Oh, very cool. I'm surprised somebody hasn't made something that's got a sensor. Like an LED strip with a controller and a sensor that you just can kind of lay on the stairs and, it's all tuned in. I think you could sell some of those. All my Zigbee lights and Hue hubs and with Matter. Oh, you've been using Matter. Man, Lawrence, you're ahead of the game, buddy. So the Home Assistant hardware stuff. Let's look at that for just a minute. Getting started. So Home Assistant Yellow. So my friend that is going to start using it, he bought a Home Assistant Yellow yesterday. It won't get to him until it said June 30th. I assume that that's still a Raspberry Pi hang-up issue. I'm pretty sure at least in this latest version of Home Assistant, they expanded the Odroid devices that it will work with. There's another Odroid device. There's the N2, which is what the Home Assistant Blue was back in the day, a couple years ago. And now there's I think a less expensive Odroid. So they've got the N2 here. There's an M1 now. So they haven't updated this yet, but there's an M1, and maybe that's part of the new release notes. The latest release notes probably say that. If they didn't say it here, then I just spoiled it. But that's coming. database, templates, tile cards. Nope. Okay. Well, I guess I spoiled that. NAS with Unraid, any PC with UE. So I know we've already determined that Paul Hibbert, he's a good litmus test for who can use Home Assistant, right? And if it gets, he doesn't want to mess with it too much, and I can understand that. But I'm wondering about like just normal folks that have some, like they can do some basic stuff, like Paul. He can do some good stuff. He's not dumb, but don't want to get in and start messing with things. And even for myself, I'd say the Proxmox thing worked and worked fine, but I had people helping me do it. So we need a solution that doesn't require anybody to get help doing it. The yellow is the thing if they can get it. And I guess it's just a matter of being patient, ordering it, and then when you get it, get going. What about the Raspberry Pi with the, like, not the SD card as the drive? Is anybody doing that so that you don't have that SD card failure problem that we ran into back in the day? Just warning for all. Had some gift card for Amazon. Don't buy Libre Le Potato for Home Assistant. Oh, gosh. I don't know what that is. Sounds awful. Well, I was just curious. I think we're still, and maybe maybe we're going to get caught up at some point. Use a Pi 4 with an SSD. Best setup for me so the SSD. So Steven, getting it to use the SSD, was that difficult? Was that easy? Was that something you think anybody could do? Using an SSD connected by USB for my Pi Home Assistant hasn't crashed, Vanessa says. Okay, great. Problem I found with Pis is they get overwhelmed if you want to get a little advanced. Okay. It's an RPi knockoff. Gotcha. I know, talking to Frank and Paulus about this when they were announcing that there was going to be this, that was going to be able to work with the Odroid M, I think it's the M1. Yeah, Odroid M1. They said they want to limit the, they can't just support like every single board computer or something, right? Because then they'd have to maintain all these different versions. So if they can just stick with a couple of ones that they know are going to be useful, then they can, or that are going to be sustained, then they know that they can count on those being around. Followed Lewis's tutorial a few years ago. Great. It's this simple. What's this? Install generic x86, anything with, what is UEFI BIOS? I don't even know what that is. Pi with SSD, and it worked fine. It was pretty easy to set up with Docker. There's a specific OS for USB startup. Oh, okay. Now switch to a 4, no problem for more than a year. Using an old, wise, small form factor PC after I kept having issues with my Raspberry Pi 4 and SSD. Ah, man, we gotta not have issues. We gotta not have issues. Well, so for the yellow, who's using a yellow? How many people are using a Home Assistant yellow? The one up at the Hobbit house is the amber, right? Before the yellow was a yellow. It was an amber, same idea. And then I have one here, but it just kind of, I don't want to say it gave up the ghost because I'm sure it's salvageable, but it hasn't been playing nice since I tried to reset it. I tried to reset it, factory reset it, and it's not playing nice with me. Even to get Home Assistant to do the most basic task, device bridging to Apple, Google, Amazon, is a pain in the butt. Yep. Hue bridge and Matter so that devices can talk to them separate for Home Assistant is best. Switch to an HP thin client since I couldn't get any Pis. I mean, we're still getting a lot of new activations. There you go. Somebody's got a yellow. Zuzuri. You liking your yellow? No, any issues? I think the yellow is going to be the way to go. It's just, man, we just got to get it, make it available, get it out there. What was I saying about that? Can't remember. Anyways, oh, I was thinking that there's a lot of people who don't, who aren't going to get started because it's still kind of an uphill climb to get started. I'm sure the guys are working on it. I don't know what else you can do. When is the Raspberry Pi thing ever going to be not a problem again? The CM4 is so hard to come by. When is that ever going to be not a problem again? I mean, at some point, right? We got to catch up sometime. Goodness gracious. Anyways, so in the new Home Assistant, there is now this Odroid M1 that you can use. You can use this single board computer. I think, that I would go with the yellow, and you just have to wait, I guess. Too bad. Let's look at a couple other things. Oh yeah, let's look at some of. I'm gonna bring this down here. So this is the Hobbit house, right? And I was playing with some new automations. What do we got here? Home Assistant Core. Nope, we're not going to update that right now. I was playing around with some new automations, and I wanted to walk through this again because it's bought it without a CM4 mistake. Waited 2-3 months to get one. Yeah, I'm sure that's why it takes them several months to get them out, is because they're probably also waiting for those. All right. So let's look at, I did a actionable notification, and actionable notifications I haven't done in a long time, but I wanted to make it, I wanted to start using them again. Actionable notifications are where you get a button on your phone and you press it and it does a thing. And obviously the way to do it has changed dramatically from when I did it last. Lewis has a good video you can watch to see how the more recent methods work. Actually, I think is this the one that I was playing with? No, that's not it. Backup checker. Did I not keep it? Hot water notification, this one. So this was the example. Okay, so what I did here was I said, all right, if the hot water tank, and actually we can still go back up here and you can see some of what I'm talking about at the same time. I have sensors in the hot water heater. Okay, so I've got there's 2 spots where I stuck a sensor, and I just put it on the outside of the tank. So it's pretty good, but it's not perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. It all just needs to be relative. I don't care if it's really 120 degrees or if it's 125. I don't care. I just need to know that it's hot versus that it's 60 degrees. So what I did here, and when you used it, the lower one gets cold before the upper one. So I'm going to monitor the upper tank. And when the upper tank gets below 65 for a minute, that means to me that they've used up all the hot water, right? All the hot water is used up. So that's the trigger. Hot water, all used up. Now we got a few conditions. I've got a switch there that says whether the house is occupied or not. Right now it's not occupied. I need to change this so that it looks right. Right now it's not occupied, but if you turn it on, so now it is occupied, this is going to check to see, is the house occupied? So I just do that with, if I know people are in the house, I click that button, and then this thing's going to check to see if there are people in the house. Great. We could also do it with motion, but I'll just do it with this. All right, now we want to know, is the solar producing? That's actually tricky because right now this says the solar would not be over 4,000, even though there's plenty of solar. It's just extra. So maybe what we need to do is the solar over 2,000. Maybe that's better. I just want to make sure that there is some solar being produced. Okay, so some solar is being produced. Then we've got we're checking some other things. Is the geothermal breaker off? So the geothermal breaker is the thing that's this guy here that turns on the geothermal floor. Is that off? And is the hot water heater already off? So if those things are all true, then we go on to the actions. So the first part of the action is a notification to my phone. And this is where it changes how you do the actionable part. So all this is going to say is, should we turn on the hot water heater? The title is going to be hot water ? And then it's, should we turn on the hot water heater? And then in the data, we set an action. I should probably set another one that's like, no. Let's do another one. Action. No. Let's see. Ignore. Okay. And then the title on that one, we're going to want it to say, no, we're good. Let it slide. Something like that. All right. All right. So then that's going to put up those buttons. Then the next thing that you do, this is where it used to be you had to have like two different automations or two different sections where you had to define the action and blah, blah, blah. Now we can just use wait for the wait for trigger. So this is a wait for trigger. So what we're doing is waiting for the mobile app notification event to be fired. Oh. So it waits for, but this is weird. What if I have two? It's kind of weird. Anyways, this is waiting for this event. And if this event occurs, if somebody clicks that hot water on button, and it's got to be my user, it's got to be me, my phone, or I guess through that thing. I don't use notifications, but this look amazing, an all-inclusive source. Ooh. Notification mobile companion app device, notified devices. I'm going to open that up and we'll go back to it. So if somebody clicks that, then it goes down to the next thing. And I probably should branch it right there. That's probably what I should do. Switch turn off. No, I don't want it to turn off. I want it to turn on. Switch turn on. Okay. So if I push that button, then I want the switch to turn on. And I haven't even chosen the entity. Switch turn on, choose entity. So I didn't finish this. I was playing with it. Hot water for showers. There it is. All right. So then that'll turn that on. Okay. Save. Great. So now it's a script that helps you do all the notification things. Oh, wow. Let's check this out. Notification mobile app devices. Struggling to make use of the notification options in Home Assistant? This script can help you get in the right direction. For more instructions and questions, the Home Assistant community topic. Okay. Use a UI to select options instead of reading the documentation. Able to send notifications to one or more specific devices. Send notifications based on device state, home, away, or both. Send notifications to Android, iOS. Notice over the last year or so that I made more and more use of the notifications via Home Assistant companion app. So it probably says more over there. So during that journey, I also wanted to use the selectors to have a UI to guide the process. All sorts of options. I would have applied for automations. Struggling adding, fixing the code. Call a script. Interesting. Examples. Example 1, send a persistent notification that the user can't remove. Example 2. Camera image. Actionable. Here's a script for actionable notifications. So where does this go? Import. It has a blueprint. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. So if we go in here, well, we save that. Let's watch this for a second. Let's go ahead and trigger this. Here, let's turn off the hot water heater up here. Okay. And then we're going to Actually, we should turn this off too. Oh, let's see. I don't. I'm not sure how that'll work. We're gonna run this. Okay, so then I get something on my phone. Oh, should we turn on the water heater? Turn on the water heater. Did not turn on the water heater. Typo? Oh, you had a typo. Import that URL as a blueprint. Okay. Copy. Let's go here. Oh, did I type? Is that why I messed it up? Ha. How do you guys see this stuff? How do you guys find this? You guys are amazing. Let's try again. Okay. There it is. That turned it on. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. All right, so let's I'm gonna run it again and then see what happens when I click that button that says no. Should be nothing. Yeah, just goes away. Great. Easy. Sweet. Good job. Good job, everybody. We don't need that on right now. Okay. Thanks for catching my typo. Let's go do this. Let's go try this thing. We're going to import this as a blueprint. Blueprints. Blueprints. Import a blueprint. Type that in. Preview. Import blueprint. Okay. And now we've got notify mobile app devices, and there's also zone notification. Or was that something I already had? Create a script. Here's all this stuff. Sends a Nest camera image. Doesn't have any inputs. I don't know how to do this. Confirmable notification. So there's several in here now, huh? Oh, here it is. Confirmable notification. It smells like summer. Yeah, it does smell like summer. Fill in the blanks. Okay. Oh, notify mobile app devices. Notify the device. That's my phone. Title. Hi. Message. This is the blueprint. Test. Confirmation test. Confirm. Confirm action. Action to run when the notification is confirmed. Dismiss text. Oh, wow, this is cool. So add an action. So we can do just like a turn on or something, huh? Let's do device. And then let's do something like, let's do these lights. These audio reactive lights, turn them on. Great. Save script. Run script. Blueprint test. Confirm. Lights came on. Holy smokes, that was easy. Wow. Wow. Wow, so easy Dawson could do it, he thinks. If I do dismiss, but see, I can change this. I don't want this to be dismiss. I want this to be off. Something like that. And then I add the action and I do the same device. Holy cow, that was easy. Turn off. Yep, save script. And then, so there's no trigger for this though, right? So there, I would have to, so I would still need a trigger. First one was pulled up was the new one. You tested is the one built in to home system from Frank. Oh, is it? This is the one built in from Frank? So I would assume that we have to have, that's funny. Boop, and they're off. Link, please. Yeah. Sir Goodenough put it in the chat, but I'll put it in there again. That's this one. So let's try the notify devices one. Okay, so that's confirmable notification. So that's a Frank thing, I guess. That's not the thing we're looking for. It was this. Let's try this one. All right. Notify app devices, whatever. Identity, ID, notify mobile app devices. But see, I don't know what to do with all this. Doesn't have any inputs. Now, I'm gonna have to, I would have to play with this a little bit more. Change the name. Runs in mode single and not repeat. If it is swiped away, it sometimes doesn't work the second time. Yeah, I'd have to look through it. I mean, if I run it, it's not going to do anything, right? Because I have to change all this. Unable to find mobile device. What happened to the entity? Didn't it ask? It wanted me to select an entity, and that went away. The Home Assistant made Blueprint, not the new one. I'm getting confused. All that is explanations how to use it. You call this script with data on the fly to do whatever. I'll have to play with it. I'll have to play with it. So that's about it. This thing, we'll keep this one on. We're also going to turn this one back on. This one just says when the sun rises, when the sun's been up for an hour, make sure that the geothermal is on and then turn it off an hour before the sun sets. Basically just means we're going to heat the floor during the day and turn it off at night. Probably conditions. It's fine. What I should have it do is just send me notifications like that for everything, because I end up babysitting this thing. I'm like always tuning in, you know, checking it, testing it, watching what's going on up there at the house. There's no way that I would be able to have this, the Hobbit house up there, and not have Home Assistant. It's just crazy to think that I would ever be able to do it. Oh, hey, what are we breaking today? Well, what we already broke was my forearms trying to thread this LED strip through this other thing. It was lame. Through the diffuser. It was awful. It was awful. Oh, that's not what I was trying to do. I'm going to take that camera out, by the way. It's nice and sunny up there now. Look at that. Nice and sunny and super muddy. Super muddy. It's all going to overgrow pretty soon. I got to get up there and finish fixing all this stuff. Man, oh man. Isn't it pretty? Pretty. All right, what else? Does anybody need help with anything? Might call it a little early today since it's Easter. I know we got company coming over. My wife's making dinner and such down there, so I should probably get down and spend a little time with the fam. Anybody need any help with anything? Not that I'm sure I can offer it, but, well, I can offer. I'm not sure I can deliver. How about that? Yep, everybody's, yep, you got people. Yeah. Let's get everybody going. Let's get the kids to come up and we'll sign off. Is it this one? So when the Stream Deck updated, things went a little wonky. Easter is family time. Amazon guy here sooner. Matter bulbs. Oh, you're going all in on the matter, Lawrence. That's great. Oh, what did I do? I love these, by the way. There's a lot more of these. That's what's in the newest, the release notes, is a lot more entities have this kind of a button on them. Why is it blinking? Because it's on. That's telling me that it's on. I can also see that it's on because it's using a lot of power. Hi, girls. Wow. Right now it's a little demented. It looks gorgeous. It looks gorgeous. All right, you ready to sign off like Easter bunnies?
Yep.
Okay, ready? Ready? Yeah. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time, adios. Bye, everybody. Yona doesn't like the buttons, but Sky Connect didn't have anything to talk to it. Yeah, I have the same thing, so good enough. I have Sky Connect too, and I have nothing for it to talk to. I do have some SwitchBot's, the first Matter stuff that I have, just because they sent me some stuff there. SwitchBot's new hub is Matter. So, anyways, thanks again, PCBWay, for the sponsorship. Thanks you guys for being here. Have a great Easter. Should see you next week. I'm pretty sure. Should be around next week. So take care, everybody. Bye.